Hey guys, me and Matt are back to do another wrestling movie review for the Wrestling Project, ain't we?
Yeah.
And let's a little bit of a spoiler. It was a lot better than the last one we watched. but yeah. So today we are reviewing Paige's movie, who used to be in WWE, called Fighting with My Family. Matt's yawning because he didn't get much sleep last night. So yeah, we just watched Fighting with My Family, and yeah, it was a good movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. Obviously, we're not going to hide that we've seen it before, but
I've seen it once before at the cinema. He's watched it sometimes, some more times than I have, but it's twice I've seen it. No, once at the cinema together, and then just now for the Wrestling Movie Project, and also Notch Movie, we're going to review documentaries as well. And I've made a little playlist, so check the playlist out, and every video we do to do with wrestling documentaries and videos will be in that. And mentioning about documentaries, I'll talk about what we were on about earlier when Warfare. Matt, there is one wrestling documentary Matt won't review, and that is The Tragedy of Benoit. Do you want to say why you don't want to do that? Just so people understand why.
I think anyone who knows about Chris Benoit should know the situation. And if you don't, where you been? Simple as that. He's a murderer, suicide, and
You just don't want to watch anything to do with him, do you?
I was a fan of him back in the day, but when you cross the line, I can't. I know some people can separate the man and the wrestler, the gimmick and the person, whatever.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I have got to the point now, even if I'm watching a PLE,
You fast forward his match.
Anything to do with him.
He has tried to watch a couple of his matches since the tragedy, but when he watches it, he does appreciate it's a good match, don't you? But you just can't enjoy it because you just think of the tragedy, don't you?
I can't get involved and invested.
You just think of the tragedy, don't you? Is that's what makes you tense, don't it? When you watch something with him.
I just can't watch anything with him in it.
No, it's understandable. So yeah, that. Other than that, documentary, he will be reviewing every other documentary, what we know of. And then the next wrestling documentary we're going to review is after we review this movie. It will be about CZW Hardcore Promotion. So that should be interesting to review while watching them review. So we just thought we'd mention that. And now we get to the movie. So, yeah, it was a good movie. It was about Paige's how rise to WWE. Mm-hmm. And at first, she's in the promotion what her dad and mum made. Yeah. And she's training to become a wrestler and doing indie shows. So, in case you ain't a wrestling fan, but you check in to see what the movie's about, indies is kind of like the smaller shows outside of WWE. They're for beginners most of the time, but you do have some experienced wrestlers in them.
And nowadays, the independent circuit is not exactly like it used to be. Now you can make great money in the independents because a lot of
if you do a lot of it, that is.
Modern wrestlers like Cody Rhodes, Matt Cardona, and Drew McIntyre. Yeah. I'm sure there's more who've made great money on the independents. And sometimes you can even make really good money, but we're talking years ago when Paige started, Saraya, Brittany Knight, used all of her things there. It wouldn't have been great money then, and it was just a local wrestling company in Norwich, England. That's
where she was from, Norwich, yeah.
So it wouldn't have been great money, and try and keep a roof over the head back in that time would have been difficult. So it's the independents then and now are completely different.
Yeah, it's a lot more healthier now. You've got different promotions. But then there weren't a lot.
No, there weren't a lot of wrestling then.
No. There was Rev Pro and Progress didn't start until 2012, I believe. And this was around 2011, 2012. So yeah, the indie scene was dead for a long time. Yeah. In the 80s it was successful with Wilder Sport and that. But once World of Sport died because it came off TV, it did affect the indie scene, didn't
and
it?
then obviously you got Ring of Honor, which
that's in America.
Yeah, but obviously some wrestlers go to America or go to Japan to affect their craft, but
yeah,
you'd have to go off overseas to do your independence if you want to do it at that time.
Yeah,
there was Eve at the very, very beginning, which wasn't the same Eve.
That was in 2010. Yeah, that began in 2010. That's a women's promotion, in case you don't know. But yeah, so yeah, the movie's about her rise to WWE. So she gets a call from WWE, and she basically has a tryout with her brother Zach in WWE, and she gets through, but her brother don't. And what we liked about this movie is it shows the downfall of the brother.
Yeah,
he just stopped caring, didn't he?
And that's a genuine part. Obviously, we know with wrestling movies who are based off true events, there's going to be some stuff that are taken for the movie, not exactly the proper stuff, but the downfall of the brother literally did happen. I've seen interviews and documentaries about it. Zach's fall from grace was not pretty, and it's a shame. And I will say, Paige looked like similar to her character. Her mum looked similar to hers.
That's about it.
But nobody else looked like their counterpart.
No.
The worst looking one was the dad. He looked absolutely nothing like him.
Obviously, The Rock still looked like himself because he was in the movie, obviously.
Yeah, that was The Rock.
But yeah.
And everyone knows who The Rock is. Even non-wrestling fans know who The Rock is.
Yeah, because he's in movies like Fast and Furious and that. So it just showed the downfall of him, and then Paige also weren't all rosy sunrise at first.
It was difficult.
It was difficult for her. She felt homesick. She felt isolated, lonely. Because she was in a flat on her own. She didn't have any friends at first. She felt what's the word? She felt
she was isolated from everybody.
She felt different to, like you said earlier, different too, because they were all blonde women, big boobs. A few of them were, but
because it was basically in that time period, it was all about
looks.
Beautiful women, models, actresses, sports women. They weren't wrestlers.
She was a goth girl from Norwich,
from a known town from England, who looked like a pale ghost, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Comparing her to these supermodels, where you're like, there was an incident. Paige was talking to one of the other people. So, where did you train? I didn't, and she was clocked her a couple of times.
Yeah. So what WWE do is, in case you don't know, is for a long time they did it with Tiffany and other people. They get people who's not into wrestling or don't know nothing about it, but if they come from a background, say like athletics or football or
American football
or soccer, because the Jasmine Nix used to play football.
Yeah, but she's also American. She's not English, so soccer's
soccer
sort of different there.
Yeah. But and then they see a bit of potential in what they could do. Then they train them to be wrestlers.
And then obviously like people like Kurt Angle, who came from Olympic wrestling, which is completely different to professional wrestling.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like amateur wrestling. Yeah.
So seeing how far Kurt Angle
he got it. Yeah.
And I think you would agree, became one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time.
And he is having a movie made about him, 2 movies about him, so that'd be interesting. I don't think we'll watch the amateur wrestling one, because we're not into amateur wrestling.
We wouldn't have a clue what we're talking about.
No, but we will review and watch whenever it comes out of his running WWE.
Hopefully it won't just be his WWE run, hopefully it'll be his TNA and stuff as well.
Yeah, but yeah, so back to the movie. So it then comes to the point where she's struggling. She nearly gives up. So, and I would just struggle with this if I did become a wrestler. There's a lot of fitness work in this movie.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like you need to be fit so you can stay endurance in matches. But there was a trainer called Bill DeMott. It weren't shown in this movie, but they used to train Overkill them A lot of kids just keep doing it until they've got no gas in the tank left. And we get it, like, yeah, you do need to be in good condition to wrestle, but not to the point where they've got no stamina left. And then, if you've got no stamina and you're doing moves to people, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Because you might not be able to do it properly to what you need to. But yeah, there was a lot of that, and she just ended up giving up. She wanted to at first. They were flipping over tires, and when she had one more to go, she couldn't do it. And all the other women finished before her, so she was last, and she was struggling at first.
She was a lot in her head when she thought the girls were slagging her off. They wasn't. The downfall of the brother will just from being supportive, training these people. Like one of the wrestlers was one of the people that they were training was blind, and at first he was training them, loving it, and then eventually he stopped. And his girlfriend had a baby, and I think his depression got to the better of him to the point that he wasn't even looking after the baby, wasn't even looking after himself.
He's getting into fights in pubs as well.
And that I think the reason why the fight in the pub happened is because when Paige came back to Norwich and she told Zach that she can't do it, she wants to say goodbye, she doesn't want to do anymore. Zach took liberties and made a mockery of Paige in the match, and then told her mum and dad that Paige is quitting. And in his mind, he's thinking, well, that was my dream, I can't do it, you took my dream from me and now you're quitting. So he literally felt like he'd lost everything. So he went to a pub, started having a scrap, and his dad poured him off. And I did like that moment in the back alley between Zach and Paige when he's like, well, you're quitting, what are you doing? And I think that woke her up a bit.
Yeah, but eventually she did fit in. She made a couple of new friends.
She came friends with those women,
with a few of them, and yeah, she just started to adapt much. Took her some time to adapt to the surroundings she was in.
Yeah,
but eventually she got to it. She got with it, and she ended up doing well. They didn't show, and also, like Matt said, they twist it a bit to what the real life situation was. When she signed with WWE, it wasn't NXT at the time, it was called FCW.
Because NXT at that time.
Eventually it did become NXT, but the first year of her being in WWE, it was FCW, then changed to NXT.
Well, I don't think it was a whole year, it was half of a year. She did a little bit of FCW, then she ended up being in NXT. And what
was different was when she did the training at first, it was just one warehouse and one ring. And now it's a massive performance centre with 3 rings and loads of different, like a gym with it. So
it was the performance centre.
Performance centre now, yeah.
So that didn't measure up, but I think they did that just to make it have a bigger feel.
Yeah, and it didn't really show her NXT run, like her winning the title and having different feuds there.
I don't think they was going to. I don't think
no, but I'm just saying that what they didn't do, and and then it came towards the end of the movie, and yeah, she had a match and with AJ and won. So it was, but the match was wrestled different to what happened.
Back to something that we said earlier. In movies, they make things Hollywoodized. So, to those who have seen the match, the real match, AJ Lee came out with Tamina. Paige came out to congratulate AJ for the victory at WrestleMania, and then AJ slapped the taste out of her mouth and saying
she put the title on the line.
And then she beat up Paige a bit. The Black Widow submission, reversed into the Paige Turner 1, 2, 3. This one was more of a match. But in the movie, they made it look like Paige was struggling to do a promo. Well, that's another thing. Halfway through the film, there was this skit where they were at a live event where they had to slag each other off, and they made it look like Paige couldn't speak, and I don't know what that was stupid. I didn't like that bit. Because all the fans were slagging her off.
I think what they were trying to do is, at the time, they were trying to make out she frozen, didn't know what to do at the time. But yeah.
I didn't believe she would. because
she knew how to cut a promo.
She came from a wrestling background. She's done wrestling before. She would know how to do a promo. So the fact that they made it look like she froze a bit shit, that I didn't like that bit. And then the same for the AJ Lee match. They made it do the exact same thing, and then
they just added a bit more to it, to what weren't there before.
And then the promo afterwards. But to be fair, the make believe promo for the movie was pretty good. So, inspiring. It's like, this is for the weirdos, the freaks from Norwich. That we could do it. This is my house now. That was good, and seeing the talk with The Rock, and talking to the family, that was pretty good. That was a funny bit. It was like, you're Dwayne Johnson? No, you're not.
Yeah, he didn't believe it at first. And then Paige said, yeah, it's him.
It's like, it's him, Dad. Oh, okay. But there was some little bits I didn't care for, but majority I did.
Yeah.
And seeing Paige getting reconnected with Zach again, and them all celebrating. It was actually it was a nice ending. And one thing I do like, watch the credits, because they actually show you vignettes of the documentary, which I do think is better, but that's just me.
Yeah, and we reviewed the documentary last night.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, that was it about how to watch the movie. So, it's not on Netflix or anything, but you can buy it on YouTube for $3.50 to rent. And then after you view it, you only have 2 days to view it. And Amazon Prime, in it.
So, here we go.
Yeah, so Amazon Prime, Google Play, Apple TV. So you can rent them and watch it. We'd recommend to. Yeah. And we'd do the score now for the rating of the movie. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good movie. But Matt enjoyed it more than me, but I thought it was good. He loved it, but I didn't love it. I'd say I enjoyed it. Love to me is like a 10 out of 10, like the best ever, like, to me. But I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. It's probably the best out what we know of. So, what would you give it out of 10 then?
8.5. Almost
8.5?
Almost 9.
Almost a 9. 8.5.
8.5, yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously some bits were...
It's the connection to Paige why you lot really enjoyed it, didn't you?
That's why, because I've been following Paige from day one. So this is what I say. Sometimes when you watch a documentary or a movie based on someone, you might not connect because you might not care to that character. But when you're watching something that you've been following since day one, you will draw into. So it was easier to get invested for me because I've been a fan of the person. And the actress who played Paige, you may now know her as
Florence Pugh.
From the New Avengers. She was also in the Hawkeye series as well. Check them out on Disney Plus. There's a little plug for you there. She's actually a pretty good actress, so
yeah, she is.
Check out her work.
Yeah, she did look good in this movie as well. But anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll do, I think, one more documentary, maybe 2. We might do the Brody Lee one after, see how we feel. But anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, go watch the movie if you ain't seen it. It's a good movie. Right, bye for now, guys.